So let's get into this. So Sunny V2 did a video a few days ago about how MTV Cribs was like completely fake. Like all of your superstars that were showing off their mansions was 100% bullshit. Now, granted, I mean, some of this may not come as a surprise. Some of it may actually come as a surprise, depending on who it is. So, I am a little bit of intrigued to see, like, okay, was it extremely obvious? Is some of these, like, extremely obvious? Like, we saw this a mile away? Or is some of this, like, okay, I did not see this one coming? That's what I'm curious about. So, let's check it out.
50 cents Ferraris, they were rented. Robbie Williams' castle home, it belonged to someone else. MTV Cribs wasn't exactly legit.
And we said that that was my house.
Oh, that wasn't your house?
No, it's all lies.
And nothing shows this better than the episode with Ja Rule. He flexed his 5-bedroom mansion on Star Island in Miami, where he talked about living beside other famous celebrities. The house was so familiar that Ja Rule named each area, calling his...
Wait. Okay, is this just... Okay, it wasn't a 1080p for some reason. I'm just hoping that the quality is shit because this is back from MTV Cribs, because the quality is like 240p right now.
His courtyard the open paradise, which was patrolled by his guard dog Cookie. It was shown in the intro that the property was a rental, but this was assumed to be on a long-term basis, given he knew almost everything about the mansion. However...
Oh god, I thought that came from the video. I'm scared. I mean, I thought that actually came from Sunny's video for a second. Yeah, like... Okay, so it actually was listed as rental.
Given he knew almost everything about the mansion. However, as it turns out, Ja Rule's house on Cribs was actually a 4-day rental, which was exposed in the most embarrassing way, by lawsuit. Ja Rule paid $46,000 for the 4-day lease, promising the mansion's owner it'd be used as a private home for 8 adults with no video shoots and no loud parties. Well, Ja Rule broke all 3 conditions, shooting his...
This is my expression of shock and surprise at this statement. That rapper Ja Rule went, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Cause I'm a gangsta. Yeah, very correct. But this is my expression of shock at this feat.
His MTV episode whilst having a party with over 600 people. In the process, holes were punched in the walls, furniture and doors were damaged, the driveway somehow cracked, while condoms and syringes were left throughout the house.
And drug paraphernalia. Because of fucking course, you can't have a fucking gangster party without there being drugs aplenty strewn throughout the fucking house. Fucking hell. Like, okay, chat, yeah. Well, if it was needles, it could have been more than just coke. That's the crazy part. That could have very well been more than coke. Very easily. But, like, okay, chat who is in the know, like, in the zeitgeist of music, because I sure as fuck am not. Is Ja Rule still a thing? Is he even still a thing anymore? Because I don't know. Okay, he's not. I didn't know. I had no idea. I don't fucking care about musicians. Okay, he's not. So, not only is he a shit musician, rapper. I don't know if he would even qualify as a musician. But he also did what a lot of gangster rappers do and front acting like they're big badasses when they're shit. That's the thing, most of these like gangster rappers put up a big front and probably most of them are just a bunch of fucking wannabes. Yeah, like you guys have said Eminem destroyed him. Okay. I never even heard about this, but cool. Like, I don't like rap. I dislike rap vehemently. Is not as a music thing, I dislike it. Well, yeah, like the real gangster rappers died out after the 90s. Now it's a whole bunch of fucking wannabe shit.
As a result, Ja Rule and MTV were sued for $1 million, but at least it looked like a house that Ja Rule would live in, as the Ying Yang Twins crib was laughably out of character. The Atlanta gangster rapping duo opened the door revealing the most suburban house, filled with fish tanks sailing.
What the fuck? Yeah, this is like fucking Leave It to Beaver shit right now. And these guys are supposed to be, again, kind of proving my point that most quote-unquote gangster rappers are full of shit. And all they, and they're basically just wannabes and capitalizing on the zeitgeist of gangster rap. Flat out. Like, if any of these gangster rappers were approached by actual gangbangers, they would shit themselves. Flat out, they would probably just shit themselves if they ever got fronted by an actual gangster.
Opened the door revealing the most suburban house, filled with fish tanks, sailing boats, and sea-related artwork.
We waving like the sea. We decorated this ourselves now.
That mansion was definitely...
These dumb motherfuckers are gonna try and tell their audience that they decorated this house with naval paraphernalia and artwork. And their justification saying, we wave in. The fuck did they think they were going to fool? Like, honestly, and you know what? MTV bears some of this too. 100%. Okay, yeah, but Alex, my guess is if that rapper whose hobby is growing orchids, if there was an interview regarding the orchids, that rapper would probably speak intelligently about the orchids and not say, yeah, they bloomin'. You know? These guys, like, honestly, MTV deserves a hell of a lot of credit for this fuck up too, because MTV should have gone in, like, preemptively looked at it and gone, what the fuck are we looking at here? What the fuck was that? Oh god, I wasn't even looking. Okay. You're saying that after that you could... I couldn't, Alex. I couldn't. I 100% could not see them decorating this. Not with the way that he just spoke. It was well, I can see it was judgmental cat. I just didn't actually see what it looked like. I only caught it out of the corner of my eye and it was gone. I don't know. It's just the way they, like, when people have, like, regardless of their existing personality, when people have hobbies that they're passionate about, they usually change, their demeanor changes from their presented persona to one of passionate discourse when they're discussing their passions. And so we did not see that whatsoever. So that's kind of that's a very easy giveaway.
That mansion was definitely decorated by some old white people, not the Ying Yang Twins.
This is clearly just a random old white guy's house that likes to fish and likes boats.
That even argue...
Exactly right. And, oh god. It's your boy Skinny Boopus. Thank you for the follow. Welcome.
Over where they bought appliances and had to improvise names for each of the fish. You can tell the Ying Yang Twins have never been in that house. It seemed they at least owned the vehicles at the end, as the cars displayed by Bow Wow were rented for the show. He was just 18 years old during his first Cribs appearance, but despite having starred in some high-profile movies...
Wait. Little Bow Wow was in Tokyo Drift? I didn't know that. I did not realize he was in Tokyo Drift. Granted, I actually have never seen Tokyo Drift, but I did not realize he was in it. Huh. He was the only black kid in a fucking Fast and Furious movie. That's kind of criminal, honestly. BMTV's Little Bow Wow. He was like if memory serves, he was a child rapper from the mid to late 90s. I think. Probably late 90s. I think he might have been like a child rapper from like late 90s. Probably 98, 99. And because I think the only reason why he got famous is because he was a child rapper. That's kind of how he got famous, is because I don't think at the time you had like mainstream rappers as young as him. Didn't he start when he was like 12 years old or something like that? So like that's how he got famous. He was decently skilled at rap, and he was very young, and somehow he was able to get like a record deal or something. He was 14. Like this was during the age where young musicians were starting to break into the business, where you were seeing a lot of 14 and 15-year-olds breaking into the business, and it was like a whole new thing. You did not see people this young making it big in the music industry around this time in music history. So people like Little Bow Wow, who's another one? Britney Spears, she was very young at the time. Who else? I think Taylor Swift was really young too, when she like a lot of these like really young 14, 15, 16. Oh, am I? Oh shit. Okay, thanks, Atanashi. Yeah, a lot of these really young 14. None, I shouldn't be. Who changed it? Okay, whatever mod changed it. Thank you. Yeah, this was at the time when a lot of really young music artists were getting into business, and people didn't see that before. They were used to seeing, artists that were in their mid to late 20s at the youngest. They were not used to seeing teenagers like topping the charts in music. And I think that's his age is what propelled him to quote unquote stardom. And I'm thinking that sort of faded fast because I have not heard about him being in anything. I didn't even realize it was in fucking Tokyo Drift. So his star has faded.
It seemed unrealistic that he could afford a 6-bedroom mansion and a fleet of luxury cars. With his name airbrushed above his bed, it seemed as though Bow Wow at least owned the house, although the luxury vehicles were a little more suspicious. Because 2 years later he'd go on the show again, during which a viewer made an observation.
See, our favorite part during an episode is when celebrities show off their whips. Being huge car enthusiasts, we feel jealous, envious, and angry when we see 21-year-olds showing off Bentleys, Lamborghinis, and Caddies, but not so much when we find out they were rented from a local luxury car rental company. While walking today, we had MTV Cribs running in the background and watched 21-year-old Bow Wow's show off his bachelor pad in Miami, along with his pimped-out Bentley, Lamborghini, and Cadillac Escalade with huge shoes.
We had MTV.
But then we noticed the word prestige at the bottom of all these cards and decided to Google Prestige Rental Cars Miami, and what do you know? There it was, Prestige Luxury Auto Rentals Miami.
MTV Cribs running in the background and watch 21-year-old Bow Wow show off his bachelor pad in Miami, along with his pimped out Bentley, Lamborghini, and Cadillac Escalade. But then we noticed the word prestige at the bottom of all 3 cars and decided to Google Prestige Rental Cars Miami, and what do you know, there it was. Prestige was the name of the company that Bow Wow rented the cars from, which was likely encouraged by the show, as Birdman also used the service during his appearance. Regardless, people clowned on Bow Wow, stating, ha ha ha, I wonder if he rented the condo too, which by looking at his life was also highly likely. For example,
Eki, I never saw Tokyo Drift. I never saw it. So, unfortunately, the reference, I'm afraid, is lost on me because I think I've only actually seen from start to finish the very first Fast and Furious. That's the only Fast and Furious that I've ever seen start to finish. All the rest I've seen in, like, reviews. Well, I mean, Eki, we could see it on, when they were talking about Little Bauhaus, they showed I was covering it, but they showed the cover of Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, and and he was on the cover, so I did see that. All I've ever watched outside of the first one is, I've seen reviews of the other one. I've not watched any of the other ones, because I have no interest. And let's face it, Fast and Furious has basically kind of gone the route of Marvel, where they just have to make it bigger and crazier and stupider with every inception.
Example, he'd post his Ferrari to his Instagram, writing, "Take the drop top to the night spot. Keep the California in California. We went hard tonight, Grammy weekend," which was then reposted by a car rental company who accidentally exposed our good friend Bow Wow pulling up to the Grammys with our Ferrari California.
Whoops. That's an oopsie. That'd be an oopsie. They done sucked up. Well, okay, I've got a far better car movie. And a far better, like, cool car driving car movie. Fucking Gone in 60 Seconds, baby. Far better car movie than Fast and Furious. Like, Gone in 60 Seconds, like, that's where I discovered my love for the Shelby Cobra. That's 100% where I was like, okay, that is a gorgeous fucking muscle car. With the Shelby. Kanito, I don't care. I do not care. It is still better than all Fast and Furious movies combined. Gone in 60 Seconds, you got Nick Cage, Angelina Jolie, what the fuck is his name? The old mentor. I can't think of his name now. But I mean, Vinnie Jones is in it. And you've got, like, some seriously pimped out fucking cars that are absolutely gorgeous, with Eleanor being the fucking cherry on top. And the car chase with Eleanor is, chef's fucking kiss. Yeah, well, I mean, it was fucking great. I love that. I've never seen Cannonball Run, don't kill me, but I love Fast and Furious. And Go on 60 Seconds, not Fast and Furious. Go on in 60 Seconds, which is so much better than Fast and Furious.
1 year later, it was exposed for flexing a rented Hollywood mansion, but the worst example was in 2017, when he'd post this to his Instagram. He showed the private jet he was taking to his concerts, yet the very same day this Snapchat went viral. So this guy Lil Bow Wow is on my flight to NY, but on Instagram he posted a picture of a private jet caption traveling to NY today, shaking my head.
Okay. Renting the Ferrari, it's an oopsie. Honestly, no big deal. Renting the cars outside of the mansion, if MTV pushed him to do that, which it wouldn't surprise me for MTV to say, hey, get some luxury cars in here, it'll look great, fine. But him saying, I'm on a private jet and he's traveling commercial? Oops. Bobcat? I have read Gunsmith Cats. I fucking love Gunsmith Cats. Raleigh Vincent is queen. Raleigh Vincent is a badass. And May, as horny as May is, she's kind of my spirit animal, okay? May is very horny, and I love it. Yeah, absolutely. I have not, Demon. I have not. I know it exists. I have not seen Gone in 60 Seconds. Well, not exactly, baby Jesus. I have heard about the original Gone in 60. I have not seen it. I should watch it, though. I am aware that they exist, though. That Nick Cage movie is a remake. I am aware of that.
Turns out Bow Wow's picture of his private jet had been taken from a limo company's website, prompting people to dig even.
Fuck. That's not good. He fucking... Oh, nah. Yes, I read the manga. I've read the manga and I've seen the anime. Indeed, Falcon. I used to have all the manga. They got lost somewhere along the way. Not Flash right now. I think I saw the original Dirty Pair. I have not seen Flash.
People to dig even deeper, discovering he'd done this on more than one occasion. It seems his MTV Cribs episode led to years and years of faking luxury, but as mentioned in Bow Wow's expose, 50 Cent had done a similar thing. 50 Cent's episode was the definition of excess. He showed his 19-bedroom, 35-bathroom mansion, which included a squash court, movie theater, recording studio, and its very own nightclub. Equally impressive was his
Was 50 Cent ever big enough that this was even possible? It's called Gunsmith Cats. Not just Gunsmith, it's called Gunsmith Cats. Excellent fucking manga and anime. You should check them out. But was 50 Cent ever big enough that something like this was even made sense? That he would own this kind of home and these kind of cars? You think he was? Okay. I never tracked it. Okay, well, he's a billionaire now, but I don't know about back when MTV Cribs showed this off. Okay. He's very, very rich. He owns the water brand. Okay. So it was possible that this kind of luxury was believable, at least. Okay. Oh, he owns vitamin water. Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right. So then him having this kind of luxury was at least believable.
Theater, recording studio, and its very own nightclub. Equally impressive was his car collection, which included 4 different rare collectible Ferraris, leading him to state,
I know you ain't see these before when you was watching Cribs because everybody ain't got these.
Yet it seems 50 Cent didn't have them either. Each Ferrari had little numbers on their windshields, leading to a forum post reading, if you notice the small white numbers in the top left-hand corner of the windshields on the F50 and Enzo, those are the numbers of the cars that were in the Hartford Concorso parade, which was confirmed when the user posted these photos.
Look, got him. Got him. Oh, no. And was he a dealer? Okay. The only thing I know about 50 Cent is he got shot on stage once and then started wearing literal bulletproof vests to all his concerts and kind of made that his thing. That when he would hold a concert, he'd be wearing a bulletproof vest, and he just kind of made it a part of his brand. That's the one thing I remember about 50 Cent. And he had a video game, and they made a video game based upon that. He got shot a lot. Okay, so he's been shot a lot of times, and I guess that's why he started wearing a bulletproof vest at his concerts. That's literally the only thing I know about. I know nothing else about 50 Cent. Other than that, and they made a video game. They use him in a video game using his iconic bulletproof vest. That's it. That's all I know.
Photos. Another forum member added, it's pretty obvious that they aren't his, because it's a known fact that there's only one yellow Enzo in CT, which was owned by a pretty well-known hedge fund manager. Well, someone else then officially confirmed. The Ferraris are unfortunately not 50 Cent's. He invited my friend over to his house for this, and my friend let him use his cars for the episode, and they were filming some music videos that day as well. The Enzo F50 and 599 all belong to one owner. When 50 Cent later filed for bankruptcy, he'd admit the cars were rented.
Oh, he filed for bankruptcy? When did he file for bankruptcy? I didn't know about. I never heard about this. When did this happen? This must have been like what, 2010s? I thought he was a billionaire. Why is he filing for bankruptcy? Huh? Right. I thought it would have been sent, just sent.
He'd instead pay off debts by selling his mansion, therefore joining the likes of JoJo, who admitted to doing MTV Cribs while she was
JoJo?
actually homeless. JoJo
What?
showed MTV through her Cape Cod vacation.
Wait. Okay, chat, I need you to help me out. Who the fuck is JoJo? Who is this? Who is this? A singer? I have no idea who the fuck this is. I've never heard of JoJo. She's an actress. I thought they just said she was a singer. In order to pay for a lawsuit from Levon Levison, who accused him of intentionally seeking a sex tape where she appears. Ah! Okay, Geronimo's, fair enough. Yeah, it's... Okay, she's a woman. That's all I know about her. And apparently her name is JoJo.
TV through her Cape Cod vacation home, where she supposedly loved spending her summers. It was therefore a little weird that she'd invite her extended family, but she'd reveal the reason for this exactly 10 years later. JoJo was asked about the episode in a Huffington Post interview, to which she'd respond it was so ridiculous. The thing is, we didn't have a home at that point. My mum and I were living out of suitcases and were mostly in hotels. So that was actually my uncle's house on the Cape. That wasn't my house, that wasn't my stuff. I should have balled hard and been like, welcome to my crib, look at how luxurious it is, and I should have rented out a place. But no, I just used my uncle's crib. JoJo further clarified.
So we went to the Cape, which I've never been to the Cape. I never go to the Cape. And we said that was my house.
Oh, that wasn't your house?
No, that was not my house. We brought in some items that I had. It's all lies.
Should also answer the question,
why even bother doing the episode then?
For the exposure.
Oh, okay.
but no
You know what? That last thing that she just said, I'm totally cool with that. I am. If you are a budding star, either in music or in film or whatever, if you are a budding star and MTV says we want to do an episode for you on MTV Cribs, yes. You know what? I am not going to fault her in any way for that. Not in the slightest. It's exposure. She obviously got more work after that and was able to make a good living after that. Good on her. Absolutely. No shade whatsoever. Good on her for doing that. Why not?
episode was faker than the one by Robbie Williams. He showed MTV his massive British castle, talking about the spots where he'd been snapped by paparazzi. He then shows his group of friends before making a joke.
I don't really know these people, but what I do is I actually phone Rent-A-Friend.
But apparently he'd also phoned Rent-A-Castle. You see, the building was so big that people recognized it
no kidding,
as the
Leo.
famous St. Catherine's Court, which was owned by someone else completely, Jane Seymour. She had no idea that Robbie ever went there, or that he'd hired a fake butler to help out with the shoot. It wouldn't be until
Wait, so how did he gain access to the fucking castle if fucking Jane Seymour owned it? That's what I want to know. How in the fuck did he get access to this castle for this? Yeah, did she rent it? Okay. So this was basically a rental property for her. And if that's the case, okay, I'm cool with that. Oh, Chaos Hunter. Oh my goddess, that is Belle Dandy is one of the sweetest characters in anime. I love Belle Dandy. She is an absolute sweetheart. Yeah, I saw the series. I saw the series, but I love Belle Dandy. And every guy that ever saw that anime or read the books wanted Belle Dandy as his girlfriend. Every single one, without question. Anyway, off topic. Back to this.
By someone else completely, Jane Seymour. She had no idea that Robbie ever went there or that he'd hired a fake butler to help out with the shoot. It wouldn't be until 17 years later that Robbie finally admitted, "We didn't let Jane know that I was gonna pretend it was my house. And because I was like 23 and full of spunk, I didn't even consider other people's thoughts or feelings.
Oh my
so I'd
God.
like to take this opportunity to apologize to Jane Seymour."
Wait. Okay, so if I'm reading this right, I guess he either borrowed or rented it from Jane Seymour, but she thought he was just using it for a rental party or something like that, and didn't know that he was bringing in MTV Cribs and saying, "This is my crib." Oh, God. Okay, house guests, have a great night. So he didn't break in. Jane Seymour knew he was going to use it, but probably didn't realize what he was using it for.
But it might not have even been Robbie Williams' fault, because Redman explained in a DJ Vlad interview that MTV tried to get him to rent a house for Cribs.
They wanted me to rent a house, so I can open the big double doors and shit like, yo, look at my shit, you know.
With MTV trying to choose the home themselves.
The first thing they said was, all right, we got a couple of houses picked out for you. Wow. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, Redman simply refused.
And I said, you know what, no, I don't want to rent a house. I want y'all to come to my house.
Accidentally making the show's most relatable episode. He brought MTV Cribs to his 2-bedroom apartment, where he ironed his shirts on the floor and flexed his frozen fish fillets. Redman's recording studio was just a messy bedroom, whilst the rest of his house was in such disarray, you could barely notice his cousin sleeping on the ground. He concludes the episode stating, "Next time y'all need to find me, just rub these 2 wires for the doorbell."
Don't worry about the screen too. You know it's still good.
The realest. These social media.
Shit! Okay, I didn't mean to jump it like that. I didn't realize it was ending. Whoops. Okay. But, obviously, that was...
50 cents.
Hang on. Let me... We'll do a proper ending on it. I didn't mean to accidentally click.
Don't worry about the screen too. You know it's still good.
The realest episode of MTV Cribs. Redman didn't fake it like other celebrities.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, Eki, I kind of got scrambled there for a second. Wow. It was funny, but you know what? Redman, like, he lived in kind of squalor, but you know what? He fucking owned it. He fucking owned it. He's like, yeah, this is how I live. And you actually could believe it. Because just because you are a successful, supposedly a successful artist doesn't mean you're living the fucking dream.